biggest buzzword probably right now outside of AI and SEO is enterprise SEO. And what does that even mean? Enterprise. Is this, what are we in a Star Trek episode? Is this the SS Enterprise? Like, what are we doing here? And so as I've worked for a lot of big companies. I worked for Cabela's, worked for Rowe Price, I've worked for like Play School and Procter and Gamble, right? And so some large companies, enterprises, I think they're called. The only difference between that enterprise and a SMB is volume and money. The SEO strategy can still be the same. It's going to be about how you amplify and scale. So let's talk about scale. Most SEO departments sitting in larger organizations are usually a handful. Probably count them on one hand. Large SEO departments are really content departments that have an SEO arm to it. But really, SEO departments are pretty small. Usually have an SEO manager, director of SEO, you have a technical person, you have a couple content people, and then you have more like a digital PR type of person that's out there looking for opportunities from an off-page perspective. So you got three. So how do you move that across an enterprise company, or whatever you want to call it, that has 27 million pages? You've got to do 500 pieces of content in a quarter. You are fixing hundreds of thousands of errors that are out there. How do you put that together? Interesting concept. You teach others how to do your work for you. And you're going, huh? How do you get other people to do your work for you? Enterprise SEO is about scaling, and is about how do you get other people to do it for you, because you can't do it. It's not humanly possible to do. So the secret to all of that I've learned, and in some of these larger companies, I can tell you, it's not that it didn't work. It worked. Cabela's was 20 million first year in SEO, incremental, right? Rowe Price. I mean, we launched one of the largest 401k hubs for content on earth. That drove substantial revenue. So you think about, how do you get people to do that? Well, the main thing you want to kind of remove out of it when doing SEO at an enterprise level is SEO is not a marketing channel anymore. Okay? It's a process. It is a way of thinking. Here's an example. You're a large company and you have a Marcom team that has, let's say, 5 or 6 content people. They are all just writing content. They're content writers. They're not SEOs. Go in, teach them how to write for SEO. Implement processes and procedures that allows them, just simple things. Make sure your H1 tag is based on a theme. Here are some tools you can use if you were looking at keywords and which one to choose from. Here's the methodology on how you just write a good SEO piece of content. Now, is it going to be 100%? No, because they're not an SEO. But if you look at that at scale, those little bitty wins, right? Moneyball. Moneyball is all about base hits. This game is all about base hits, right? So another example, IT. IT is building things. I've run into more problems on e-com shops of IT building things for maintenance. Okay, that's their job. Our job is to make sure Google that crawls it. Those two don't necessarily mix. two different strategies with 2 different outcomes. Getting and engaging with your dev team, getting engaged at a higher level. Once again, we're back to educating them on the things that could be if you did it this way. I used to all the time walk in and go, you want more eyeballs on your content? Hey, could you guys use more money? Yeah, we would. Cool. Build it this way. If you build it this way, Google crawls this. I get that. We all get this. Right? Process, way of thinking. Okay? Didn't say anything about marketing channel. I said nothing about ROI. I merely just said, hey, if we do this in this manner, we can achieve these. Okay? That's another example of IT. right? You've got, executive leadership that's out there. You've got so many silos in these large companies, and this person doesn't talk to this person. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. It's utter chaos. And as SEO, you cross the enterprise. This is a great way for you to take that lead and start to bring these silos together, because interlinking's part of it. And in those silos, those people own that content, that section of their website, which means if they don't want it there, they'll tell you, I don't want it there. So you really have to get in there and really educate and advocate and socialize. If you can do those things, you can empower others to do your work for you, essentially, without changing really anything they do. That is how you move the Titanic from the bottom of the floor, of the ocean floor, to the top. It takes everyone in which to do it.